So we're back in the Dragon's Den with that music. Well, to be fair, at least Hard Gold and Soul Silver did an acceptable job of remixing it. It doesn't sound so 8-bit anymore, which, to my opinion, is the biggest problem with that piece. Is the fact that it's like 8-bit beeping, and that tune just isn't meant to be in 8-bit. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not a very good track to begin with, but the hardware limitations of the Game Boy Color made it even worse. And for those of you who only played Gold or Silver, not Crystal, and I know there are a few of you watching this, well, there weren't any trainers here in Gold and Silver. They were only added in Crystal. Whether they're still there in Hard Gold or Soul Silver, I have no idea. The PokeArt hasn't updated with the minor trainers yet, so I imagine someone who knows it's going to be someone who has played the remakes, which I didn't, of course, because I'm waiting for the English translation. I like to at least understand the game that I'm playing. And since, well, the place is called the Dragon's Den, it's an appropriate time to come back on what I was saying in my Stage 3 analysis yesterday. One thing that really makes a huge difference in terms of Garchomp being not as viable as it used to be, well, that would be the presence of Latias in Overuse, and that's probably the single biggest argument in favor of Garchomp being brought back down to Overuse. The fact that Latias is there, and it gives it a lot, and I mean a lot of trouble picking an item. Usually, well, before it was banned, it was the Yache Berry that was all the rage, but with the presence of Latias and the increase in usage of other dragons, such as Kingdraw, the Haban Berry has become a lot more useful. But then again, using the Haban Berry comes at the expense of a Yache Berry. You can't use both at the same time, obviously. And so you have to pick between the two, and sometimes you're gonna pick wrong, and when you pick wrong, you instantly know what creek you're up. So in a way, the biggest change since Garchomp was banned well, of course it was Scizor getting Bullet Punch, but other than that, Latias is particularly important, and not just because it's in the top 5 in terms of usage, but because in Garchomp's particular case, it makes an excellent check to Garchomp. So it would probably be the best argument you could use to bring it back down to standard. Though, then again, it had to deal with Latios on the suspect ladder, and people still gave it a slight majority in favor of it being Uber. So with it gone for round 2, I'm sort of expecting a very similar result, and Garchomp will be sent back to Ubers. Nonetheless, I think it's a debate that needs to be had because of all the changes, and especially Latias being back in Overused. Well, I say back, it was never in Overused in the first place. This is its first foray into that metagame. Okay, so here is the house of the Dragon Master. I'm gonna go past it, see if there are any items in that area. But yeah, if Garchomp is ever brought back down to standard after Stage 3 as I nail a Dragon Fang, I think Latias might be the primary cause of a potential demotion. So we're going to head back to the house of the Dragon Master, where the easiest quiz ever is going to be taken by yours truly. And when I say the easiest test ever, I really do mean it, because this is the only test in the entire universe that rewards you for getting the answers wrong. Now, of course, I know in the mind of the developers, those were the right answers, but from my point of view, those are the wrong answers. And I know everyone here, well, not everyone. Oh, that girl is a handful. Well, you don't say. At least you're staying polite. If I had to mention everything wrong with that girl, I would be a lot less respectful. What are Pokemon to you? Well, friend. Well, the right answer would be Underling, What helps you to win battles? Well, I don't believe in cheating. Strategies, okay, it's one of the good answers. What kind of trainers do you wish to battle? Anybody? What is most important for raising Pokemon? Well, love, since the game is gonna love being rubbed the wrong way. Okay, tough, both. Tough Pokemon, weak Pokemon. Well, of course, the right answer is tough. Now that question about which kind of trainer you want to battle, well, of course, battling weak trainers is good to stroke your ego, but fighting strong ones is where you're really gonna learn and become a better fighter yourself. So, the right answer would be strong, but both is probably the right answer. And Claire is completely stunned that I passed the test. And what? Claire actually didn't get past the easiest quiz in the world? Wow, and how did she get to be gym leader again? Oh, I just love this line. Or must I inform Lance of this? And as I said, she completely breaks down at the name of Lance and gives me the badge. Hurry up, take it before I change my mind is what was implied there. Okay, blah blah blah. Oh yes, I am now going to be able to climb waterfalls, so I'm going to head back to Mount Mortar before heading to Kanto. Okay, and now that has nothing to do with me, but Pokemon acquired by trade will obey me no matter what level they are. And okay, another scolding for Claire, who has been thoroughly humiliated over the last 2 videos. Come again if you so desire. Wasn't I supposed to get a Dratini with extreme speed, maybe? Hello, Dratini? Maybe? Maybe this one? Come on, Dratini, please? Oh, rare approval. It's so rare, but it's the easiest quiz in the world! Okay, so... Oh, yeah. So, Claire forgot to give me the mandatory TM for beating a gym. I'm sorry about this. Yeah, sure you are. And as proof that she's not really sorry, she gives me a really shitty TM for, you know, this being the last gym in Johto and all, Dragon Breath, 60 power, and a slight chance of paralysis. But, no, it's not paralysis. I should say paralysis. Someone pointed it out. I honestly didn't know it was pronounced paralysis, but I thought, you know, paralysis, I thought the connection was natural, but I guess not. But when it comes to languages, well, nothing is as it seems. I should know because my first language is one of the hardest languages known to man, and don't you dare lose against the Elite Four, she says. Well, it would really suck if I lost to Bruno, for example. That would be humiliating. And oh, there we go. I had to get out and back inside to get the Dratini. So, yep, I received a Dratini, no doubt with extreme speed. Okay, yeah, we get some more background on their clan. You have shown that you can be entrusted with one. Well, at this stage, it's quite easy to have a Dragonair, and if you grinded a lot, you can even have a Dragonite, or a Kingdra, depending on, you know, blah, what am I saying? Anyway, I am going to get out of the Dragon's Den now, and while, as Claire said, it's time to head to the League, I'm not going to do that just yet, because, well, I gotta get the Master Ball from Professor Elm first, and after that there's Mount Mortar, and I have a feeling that I'm forgetting about something. Well, I'm gonna show you the Dratini, which has extreme speed. Oh, yeah! Now, of course, it's not gonna be much use to me since it's not a planned team member, but still, for bragging right, extreme speed Dratini. It's much better than a regular Dratini, and there is no extra effort involved in getting one. Just answer the easiest quiz in the world with all the wrong answers and you get one. And yeah, Professor Elm is calling me to tell me that he's got something, which is the Master Ball.